Opening Statement of the Dominican Republic, COP27, by Juan Carlos García.
His Excellency Sammy Chokri, President of COP27, Minister who through your presence reaffirmed the importance of climate change problem that we all face. We meet today at a crucial point in human history in a new attempt to deepen our commitment and determination to mitigate the effects of climate change. We come to this meeting aware of the urgency of implementing the Paris Agreement in all areas, including mitigation, adaptation, and means of implementation. The Dominican Republic is not a major contributor of climate change crisis in relative terms and is only responsible for 0.06% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. However, climate change impacts are already visible in our country, as evidenced by the aggressive erosion of our coastline and bleaching of our coral reef. The World Bank considers the Dominican Republic to be the 11th most vulnerable country in the world to climate change impact, with floods from tropical storms, hurricanes, and torrential rains being the most common climate-related risk. Therefore, we agree with the declaration in that we advocate for elevating loss and damage on the same category of mitigation and adaptation. Mr. President, while the mitigation ambition is driven by the 1.5 degrees Celsius target, we have failed to meet mitigation goals in industrialized countries and adaptation objectives in climate vulnerable countries. At COP27, we must ensure that our collective action produce measurable improvement in both adaptation and mitigation. We must remember that while 10 industrialized countries emit 83% of the global emission, the 100 countries with the lowest emission represent only 3% of the emissions. As an economy based largely in agriculture, tourism, and services in the Dominican Republic, we recognize our responsibility to transition in a reasonable and manageable time frame to net zero emission for 2050. We have embraced an ambitious plan to reduce emissions and to build climate resilience, characterized by the low-carbon coastal development, reforestation, and ecosystem rehabilitation. However, we need the support and collaboration from the international community to meet our goals. If COP27 in Egypt is going to deliver on the promises of Paris, it must prioritize those who live on the front lines in the Caribbean, Latin American, and the Africa regions. We must bring key actors who are missing to the table and truly commit the lowering emissions and helping vulnerable communities to adapt. We must avoid thinking and finances as souls built, with building green projects with unsustainable funding mechanisms or implementing damage control after pollution and emissions have already occurred. We should conserve the earth and its ecosystem for their intrinsic values, as they are part of our collective heritage. To conclude, our message is clear. You can consider the Dominican Republic as an ally to fighting in climate change with a strategy based on respect, common but differentiates responsibility, solidarity, and sustainable development in balance with nature. This is the time to protect what we have and recover what we have lost. Let's do it today for a better future. Thank you so much.